We're going to discuss today a review problem for chapter 1. Make sure view the PowerPoint for chapter 1 before watching this video. So I'm going to do example 1.1. It's a very simple example. I read the problem for you. A person borrowed $2,000 at the rate of 6% per year for 3 years. The question is, find the total amount due after 3 years. First, part A using simple interest, B using compound interest. I'm going to start with A, which is simple interest. I'm sure all of you know by reading chapter 1, the best way to do is represent this problem using a cash flow diagram. So since you're borrowing $2,000 at time 0, and you're going to pay this one back in 3 years. So borrow, it means you're receiving the money, is positive. When you're returning the money back, we call this one the future value, which is unknown. And by the way, we call this one P value, which is the present value. For simple interest, the F value is equal to P, which is the present value, plus the interest, which is P times NI. If I factor out the P, you get 1 plus NI. We are trying to find the future value. The future value is the present value plus the amount of interest you're receiving here. P plus P times NI. I factor out P here times 1 plus NI here. Now I'm going to substitute. The P is 2,000 plus the number of period, 3 period, and the interest rate is 6%. So if you do this, the F value is going to be equal to $2,360. So this is if you are using simple interest. That's part A. Now we're going to do the same problem using compound interest. For compound interest, we're going to do it exactly the same way here. So P plus the amount of interest you're going to receive for the next 3 years. So the I is going to be equal to I1, which is the interest for the first year, I2 the interest for the second year, I3 the interest for third year. Now we're going to find all the interest. The I1 is going to be equal to the principal, which is 2,000 times 6%. We have only one period, times 1 is going to be $120. Now, in order to find the interest for the second period, you have to find the future value at the end of first period. This is going to be the principal plus the interest for the first period, which is $120. Is going to be 2,000 plus 120. And it's going to be equal to $2,120. The interest for the second period is going to be equal to how much you owe at the end of first period times the interest rate, which is $2,120 times 6%. And that's going to be equal to $127.20. Now, then we're going to find the future value at the end of the second period, which is going to be the amount of money that you owe at the end of the second period, which is $2,120, plus the interest at the end of for second period. If you add this, you're going to find the F2, we call this one the future value at the end of year 2 is going to be $2,247.20. Now we're trying to find the interest for the third period. I3 is going to be equal to the amount of money that you owe at the end of the second period, which is $2,247.20 times 6%. That's going to be equal to $134.83. Once we do this, we can find the I, the total amount of interest that you owe. So it's going to be the interest for the first period, which is $120, plus the interest for the second period, which is $127.20, plus the interest for the third period, which is $134.83. Now, if you add those, you're going to get total interest. This is going to be equal to $382.03. Now, in order to find the future value, you're going to be the principal plus the interest. If you add this, the future value is going to be equal to $2,382.03. As you can see, for compound interest, the total amount that you owe is $2,382.03. For simple interest, is $2,360. The difference is about $22.03. The reason for that, for simple interest, you receive interest based on the principal. But for compound interest, the interest also receive interest. So that's why there's a difference of $22.03.